All right, hello guys, and welcome. We're obviously very excited to have you here today. She's clapping a lot there. But today we're going to talk about domains. In the very beginning of the game, domains can be kind of confusing as to how to get one, how to visit your friends, how to go to other ones, how to go to a clan enclave, etc. And so today we're going to quickly discuss those very remedial points on how to deal with domains. So this person, I'm using their account. This is their personal tamed island domain. And so if you were to go into the little settings here and go over to the right where it says domain, you're going to click on domain and see tamed island. This is the tamed island domain that you get like when you first start the game. You're like level 15, you get out of the tutorial, you go to tamed island, you fly in the hot air balloon, and you get your tamed island domain. This is your personal domain. This domain is safe. It doesn't have any neighbors. Basically, all this area here in the map is yours. There's no other people that can build here. Not even your friends can build here. There's no animals, and all the resources are level 10. So the resources aren't that great, and the resources actually, once you use them, they do not respawn. So if you want to go through and wipe out your whole entire island with materials, it's going to look that way forever. So I would suggest, if you want to have a tree or whatever, keep the tree. Don't harvest it, or else that tree will be gone forever. So tamed island resources do not respawn. Other people can't build there, and basically they're level 10 resources anyways. Really, they're only good for is in the very beginning when you're leveling, like up to level 20, 25 or whatever. They're really good for leveling. You can farm a lot of reeds and wood and whatever, and make a lot of bundles, make some walls, etc. Whatever you can do in the very early beginnings of the game to level up. And basically, the Tame Island, it's good for that. I mean, you can use it for that. Other than that, this is your space. This is your space and nobody else's space. You can do with it what you want. If you go in here to domain, under Tame Island domain, you'll see here on the right, you can expand or reduce it. So in the beginning, when you get there and you claim this, you'll take the hot air balloon, you'll claim it after you land. After you do that, you can expand. You can expand out of these tiles. This person has expanded as far as they can go until they level up their tamed island, which is a completely different video. So we won't get into that necessarily right now because it happens after level 60. Most people watching this are not at level 60, so that'll be down the road. But this, you can expand by hitting these little expansions as far out as you can. The maximum being here at this person's is 17. I think other people it's 13. So that's how you would expand your tamed island. If you go back into that menu, you can see here you can manage your permissions. This allows you to manage who can come in and who can do what. So if you have outsiders, this person has it so no outsiders can come into their tamed island at all. Their friends can come in, but their friends only have access to entry to be able to use the domain, to use the facilities, and to give items to the domain. They can't gather, they can't construct, they can't destroy. Close friends, they've got it set up that they can do all those except for destroy. So here's where you can set it up however you like. I would suggest though that in this game, everybody is going to want to be your friend. They're all going to send you friend requests. You'll probably never see these people ever again. You'll probably never talk to them. You have no idea who they are. So giving friends access to your enclave, to your civilized island domain, to this domain, well, to me, probably isn't the best thing, but that's up to you. However you guys want to set that up. If you also go into here and you see island entry permissions, this is where it allows you to even give access to people, period. So here, if you turn that off, no one can visit your domain. Nobody in the whole entire game, friends, clan members, mothers, mother-in-laws, relatives, lost cousins, no one can visit your island. If you click that on, now you can set it to however you like. If you want your friends, click on friends. Again, like I said, most people, friends, you don't even know them, so why give them access? Clan members basically is all that they have set up here. So that's basically it on your tamed island. You can also go up here and view your history to see who did what, who gave what, who took what. If you do have permissions open that people can give and take, you can see exactly who did what there. So that's it for tamed island. Civilized island now is a completely different matter. We'll go ahead and we'll journey to this person's civilized island domain. Now, civilized islands are different. And I believe the access to those is at 36. It's either 30 or 36. I can't confirm that. I'll have to look it up. But 30 or 36, I believe it's 36, you get access to these unless you're in a clan. I believe if you're in a clan, you can go there just by visiting your clan's enclave. But this person, this is their civilized island. There's a person who's asleep. Obviously, they fell asleep within their domain. This is this person's civilized island domain. Now, civilized islands differ from your tamed island in the fact that people can build here. This is open to the public. People can build anywhere they want to build. They can build on top of you. They can build around you. So you have to be cognizant of that when you're setting up accordingly and try to protect your area best you can. This is a non-PvP area, so it's safe, but people still have a tendency to want to build right on top of you. But this is open to the public. There are a limited amount of animals here, and they do respawn. It's not really a lot that is going to keep you in business for any specific amount of time. You're going to want to travel to other islands to do that. But on a civilized island, there are people, they can build, there's resources. You can gather those resources, and those resources will respawn. They're only level 40 resources, so they're only going to be good up to a certain point. And again, they're good for leveling, when you're lower levels or whatever, but at a certain point, you're not really going to need these. You're going to need higher level resources anyways. So they're beneficial, but they're not beneficial. But on a civilized island, you can go into the settings again, and you'll see you have basically the same permissions as you do on your personal island. You can manage your permissions. You can allow entry from different people, allow access, use of the facilities, people to give to it, people to take, people to construct. You can set it up however that you want to set it up to manage the permissions of access to your civilized island domain, just like your tamed island domain. The big difference here, other than the fact that there's people here with you, is that these domains cost you rent. They will cost you money. You see right here it says 10 days, 6 hours remaining. That's how long is remaining until their rent needs to be paid again, basically. If you do not pay the amount or extend the duration before that time frame is up, you will lose your domain, basically, and other people can come in and they can claim it. There's a grace period, but still, if you just went off for 3 days on vacation, you forgot all about it, and you came back and your domain expired, people could claim your land and take your stuff, which would be sad. You can extend that by clicking over here, extend domain duration. You extend it by a week, and it costs you basically 3,400 coins to extend that for a week. Which, starting out, that may seem like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, you can make 3,400 coins in a few minutes in this game. So it's really not that big a deal. And then you just go in there and you extend it by hitting extend. And that'll extend. See, it was 10 days, 6 hours. Now it's 17 days, 6 hours for that personal domain. Same thing, you can expand, you can reduce. See here, it's 25,000 coins to expand. And it goes up from there. I believe after 25, it'll be like 30 for the next one, 33 or something like that. So you don't necessarily have to go too big. It just depends on how you want to play, how big your clan enclave is, etc. So that's basically your tamed civilized island, your civilized island domain. Then right across the little walk right here is the enclave. Now, if you go into here, you have an option under civilized island. It says clan. Clan, that is the enclave. The enclave is managed by the owner. So, going to manage permissions, you can set the permissions for, your various members of the clan. Same thing as like your personal one, but on a clan level. Who can do what, who can take what, who can give what, etc. Same thing, you expand it out. You can reduce areas. This obviously is a little more costly than your typical domain. You can also go in here and you can view the history to see who took what, who gave what, and the clan info is right there. So that is the clan enclave. Now, you should be able to access that by going to domain, exactly right here. If you are in a clan and they have an enclave, you should be able to hit clan and return to enclave, and that will take you directly to the spot that we were just standing in, almost, the enclave. And the enclave basically is the community center of the clan. You can set this up that has community workbenches, community storage. Here's a big, huge clan storage that you could put a bunch of stuff into. Got all kinds of stuff that you can use as a clan member. A lot of workshops, community areas to build things to use, etc. Basically, the big, huge community center for the clan, where everybody can come and use stuff if you don't have this set up for yourself on a tamed or a civilized island domain. So that's basically the clan enclave. Then there's the outpost. The outpost is on a savage island, which we will travel to the harbor here. Outposts, see here on the map, are all the way over here on the right hand side. See these temperate savage island. This is a PvP area. There's two of them here on this map. You got the tropical one, and then you got that temperate one, and they'll change depending on the map, like other islands change. These are PvP areas, so as soon as you get on there, people can kill you. So you want to be prepared before traveling to a savage island. On the savage islands, there's areas called outposts, and those outposts can be claimed by clans that are able and strong enough to be able to defeat the existing clan that's there. Basically, you fight for control of this outpost. You can claim the outpost. If you had an outpost, you could visit it by clicking on the little outpost button and return to the outpost. It's a place you can build defenses, towers, etc. to defend this outpost. These are only on Savage Islands, only on PvP, and most of you don't have to worry about it right now because this is way past level 60 before you even get to see this. So that's basically it, and the basic bare necessities of domains. Now we'll move on to how do you get to your friend's island? How do you visit their domains, their enclaves, or not enclaves, but civilized islands, domains, etc. Okay, so friends. How do you visit friends? Well, first of all, like we discussed earlier, your friend has to have entry permissions set that you can actually visit them. Now, if you're in the clan and they have it set up that clan members can visit, you can visit the members of your clan without even being their friends. If you have certain friends and they have it set up that you can visit them, that's it. They have to have these island entry permissions set up that way. And then under permissions, depending on whether you can come in and you can open the doors, you can even get into their domain, you can use anything, is up to them how they have that set up. But if you want to visit your friends, basically you just open the settings. On the right hand side under clan is friends. You bring up your friends list, click on a friend, like we'll click on Magnus. Now this is confusing. It's very confusing to me in the very beginning of the game because it says visit domain and it says visit island. I kept hitting visit domain and it would say this person does not have a domain. And I'm like, well, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. What they mean here is their island is basically their tamed island domain. Yes, it's a domain, but they refer to it as the island, basically. Their domain is their civilized island domain. So remember, we visited the civilized island. We visited the personal island. The domain is on the civilized island, and the island is your tamed island domain. So if we want to visit Magnus's tamed island, we'll go to visit island. Take us there. Take us a few minutes in this fast warp. Not so much. Now hopefully Magnus has, well he does, or we want to have him get the warp screen. Magnus has entry permissions set up that we can actually visit his tamed island. This is his Magnus Bodacious' level 10 tamed island, which looks very barren and empty, lonely, and sad. So this is Magnus's tamed island. When we visit that, let's see if we have access to his stuff. We can view the content. Can we take the content? Wow, he has it set up that we can take stuff. So we can come to Magnus's domain and rip him off anytime we want to. But there's not much here to take, so we won't do that to him. In fact, I'll come back later and I'll put that item back so he doesn't miss it. But if we want to visit his civilized island domain, you go back to your friends list, you click on friend, you click on Magnus again, and you go to visit domain. Visit domain will take us to his civilized island domain. And if he has it set up, which it looks like he does, that we actually have entry permissions, we'll be able to get in. Okay. And here we go. We're on his civilized island, and there it is. We're in Magnus's civilized island domain. So this is on the civilized island that we were at earlier, where he has built a personal domain and he pays rent to have these buildings here. Again, we could probably access this because I believe he has it set up that way. So we can access this stuff and look at it because we were close friends with Magnus. Depending on what he would set that up, we may or may not be able to do that depending on his level of permissions that he set up. And see, he's right across from the enclave here. So that's basically it. So to visit your friends, again, you go into the friends list and you click on friend, and whichever one you want to visit, either visit their domain on a civilized island or visit their island, their personal tamed island domain. That's how you visit people. That's how you visit enclaves. That's how you go to your own domains, your own areas on tamed islands and civilized islands, and your clan areas. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I know in the beginning it'd be a little confusing, so hopefully this video helps, and we will see you guys around.